Follow the Money. I'm China Barachina. Let us explore the tools and insights you need to jumpstart your financial journey. The world of investing isn't just for the 1% anymore. In a time of global uncertainty, rising inflation, and the digital platforms that put the markets at your fingertips, the big question is no longer if you should invest, but where. Today on Follow the Money, we're looking beyond the local landscape to find out why more Filipinos are starting to explore global funds and how you can too. Joining us is Mr. Frederick Hagedorn, President and Chief Investor Engagement Officer of ATRAM Trust Corporation. He's here to break down offshore investing, tech-driven funds, and how the everyday Filipino can build a smarter, more resilient portfolio. Hi, sir. Welcome to the show, Mr. Hagedorn.
Thank you for having us, Gina. Thank you.
Sir Philip, let's start with the man behind the brand. So, as always, I've read this book. Simon Sinek will always say, "Start with why." Mm-hmm. Can you tell us more on what's your big why in starting this?
Well, first of all, it's not one man behind this brand of ATRAM. Now, ATRAM is a company that's been formed by partnerships and experts. No, I think it's not one man. And our why is really to just bring investment to the Filipino. You know, we felt we grew our business via traditional institutional relationships, but seeing the long-term opportunity in the country and wanting to be that new generation asset manager, we really think bringing investments to all is our goal.
Sir, how about you? Were you always been in the investment industry?
Yeah, well, I'm a third-generation stockbroker. So my grandfather started a stock brokerage house here in the Philippines in the 1950s.
Wow.
Then my father took that over, and I was working for that same firm until we sold it in the year 2000. And I moved to ATR. So I've only worked for two people,
so
two companies in my whole career.
But how does it feel like from being the sell side to buy side?
Well, it's a little bit, different now, no? I mean, in the beginning, it was about managing the assets and especially the equity markets, which I think that's my specialty, no? What I really feel is that for first-time investors, for retail investors, the way to go is to buy funds. I think when you get more experience, you can start buying your individual stocks. And we felt the way to grow this market is really through the funds, because you're there guided by experts, and you're not alone in the journey. No? So that's why I believe I'm a lot more excited about where we are today.
All right. So, sir, was there a defining moment in your life, maybe from your childhood or early career, that speak this passion for financial literacy and investing?
Not maybe being part of a family invested in the stock market and in stock exchange business. You know, I saw how many people invested and what the opportunities were. You know, I mean, in the 70s, the Philippines was a mining haven. Lots of money made in the mining stocks. 80s was a bit different, and then you had the 90s, which changed things. No, and I think just seeing all of that and as a young boy, getting my San Miguel dividend checks and and seeing, this, you actually earn something from this too, taught me, it's what ingrained it into me, I guess.
Sir, coming from your background and journey into finance, were there any early challenges or humble beginnings that shape you to lead ATRAM today?
Well, I think we all go through our difficult periods. Now, my father passed away when I was in college, so really didn't have a mentor, like a father mentor, coming out of school. So that was kind of school of hard knocks, learning the business. And I think that's the partnerships, the friendships you create, that's the most important. And I think the partners I have today at ATRAM were friends of mine back then. We actually competed against each other, but one day our like-minded people come together and we've created ATRAM, no? And I think that's what's making it very exciting for us now.
Sir, ATRAM has grown into one of the leading fund managers in the country, and especially in offering offshore funds. What is ATRAM's vision for Filipinos, and how does that connect with helping people look beyond our local market?
Our vision is to engage and inspire Filipinos to control their future, their financial future. No, and when we created that, the partnership had the vision of what ATRAM wanted to be moving forward. First, we said we want to be the next generation asset manager, the manager that's not just for the young folks, but really delivering product, next generation product, best of class product, global product, together with the platforms that make it happen. Because, if you try to have a business today with a retail market that still has to fill up forms and line up in a branch, that's not going to happen, right? It's the digitization of this industry is what's allowed the growth and what will drive that growth moving forward. So, it's that. It's really providing that access and providing it in the best of class possible. In other words, expanding the investment range from inside the Philippines to outside the Philippines.
Sir, we all know that it's only about 2% that is invested in the stock market. In your global fund, when did you see that, okay, this market is already ready for global exposure?
Yeah, when we launched our equity funds in 2021, so in the middle of COVID, in some of the e-wallets, we launched our equity funds. And it was a very, very short period of time. In a couple of months, we had garnered more clients than I think the stock exchange had garnered over 60 years.
Wow.
Over a couple of million people started to invest quickly with our funds. No? And that told us, the middle class is growing in this country. There's many, many more young people working with money in their pockets. There's no reason why you can't start saving right off the bat. And I think having platforms like this, having the regulators work with them, to be able to launch the products. We were the first to launch the feeder funds here, to introduce that asset class locally. And thanks to the BSP, we're able to work with them to pass the rules, reduce the minimums. It used to be a 5,000 peso minimum to invest in a mutual fund. That's a high bar.
Your lowest is now?
I mean, the rule is 1 peso, but in the platforms, it's about 50 pesos to invest.
Oh, wow. So you can excuse yourself not to start.
There's absolutely, wala na excuse. Wala na excuse. No more excuses that you can't invest. There's global funds, there's local funds, there's funds managed by the best managers in the world, invested in technology and financial companies and consumer companies, healthcare. All of this is available now.
Wow.
Together with some pretty good performing Philippine funds as well. So it's a different, I imagine when I was 20 years old, it was still, I think, illegal to buy dollars at that time.
That was 10 years ago, right?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
It was, so, sir, when you launched several global feeder funds in 2021, how did you know that, that people are already accepting it? Or based on, is it because of the ease of the platform that was used? Was it like a big
I think
influence?
the platform was certainly a big plus, number one. But number two, there's a lot of information already, right? I mean, we always talk about education, and if you visit our website, if you visit YouTube, we have ATRAM Studio there. We're really sharing a lot of information with people, and you can learn. You can now take the time to study and read and understand, watch videos, see about these opportunities. And also, prior to COVID, we were noticing like the online brokerage houses, the volumes were starting to be
increased.
They were in the top 10. I believe there was a Call Financial, a retail house, was number one, maybe 2020, 2021. I don't remember the year exactly. But that's the first time a retail broker was the number one broker in the country. So that tells you that there are more people investing. There's more movement there, way more than when I started working, and it's only going to grow because of our demographic.
Agree. So, sir, some might say that global investing still feels intimidating, but what you said that you can start with 50 pesos and it has like opportunity of relatable access for average Filipinos. What do you think? How do you can more expand this to the people that has less awareness when it comes to financial literacy and investing?
Yeah, I mean, you have to do some homework yourself, right? I mean, you should read up a little bit. And, I think the YouTube, the internet is filled. There's so many good coaches out there. In the Philippine setting as well, there's tons of data out there to watch and learn. But what do you do? How do you do it quickly? How do you do it so it's not complicated?
Yeah.
And that's where, right now, the e-wallets is the easiest, quickest way to do this. After this show, if you guys are, want to do it, you go to those e-wallets, the two biggest ones. There's investment spaces there, and in less than 24 hours, you're ready to invest.
That's that fast.
And the question is, what do I buy? Diba?
Yes.
Because that's
It's always been the question.
It's always like, where do I start? What do I do? And the nice thing about funds is that you're not trying to pick one stock versus another stock. The funds are thematic. Think about it like a bus. You're jumping into a bus with a whole bunch of other people, and the bus is going to some destination, right? If you're a tech fund, you're going to the tech destination, investing in tech companies. If you're a global financials, you're investing in the global banks. If you're a consumer company, you're investing in the consumer company. So, and Philippines is the same. No? So think about it that way, and there's somebody driving that bus. You don't have to drive it. You just have to make sure you watch it and you're enjoying the ride. If you're not enjoying it, you can also jump out anytime you want, right? So that's the beauty of these things. It's 1,000 pesos, the minimum for the global funds. The local funds are 50. So a little higher, but still very much within reach. No?
Sir, with what you're telling me, how do you find fractionalization that has been like something that we are waiting for in the stock market?
I mean, I think that's being worked on. I mean, we're looking for these, like I said, we want the next generation products, which include fractionalization. It includes maybe even a Bitcoin type fund, if possible. This is stuff we're working with the regulator on. No? So yeah, we believe in all of these tools that are there available to make it easier for folks to invest. But right now, I think we've made it pretty damn easy to get to start. And like I said, I don't think there's any more excuse not to be able to invest.
Sir, studies show less than 10% of Filipinos are still invested in the products. What is ATRAM's way of making sure that people are aware and also know how to diversify in terms of like the funding?
That's a great question. I mean, first of all, is making sure that there's access. No? So being on these platforms, developing our own platforms. Today we're now a partner with Union Bank. So next generation bank, next generation asset manager, and hopefully, using the digital expertise of both groups is to be able to deliver platform and product to the people, right? And that's the focus at the moment. Coming with that will be advice, and advice is critical. So we try to deliver advice, again, via the socials, and make it simple, right? My safest piece of advice has always been the money market funds that are in these platforms. This is like your savings account. If you have a little extra, put it in there, right? Keep on putting it in there. Grow your investment account to a level that, for me, becomes important. Because I think if you have 1,000 or 2,000 pesos there, baka if you want to buy something or there's a weekend to go, benta na lang at gastos, di ba? But if it's maybe 10,000 and you can get it to 10,000, then you can start asset allocating, putting some in global, some in stocks, some in bonds. And that, with 10,000, it's a nice starting point.
Starting
right?
point, yes.
How do you get to 10,000? You just put 200 pesos a week and you'll get there soon enough. You put it in the money market fund. Pag nag 10,000 na yan, game. Let's start buying new funds and seeing how we can make it grow.
And sir, talking about the digital platforms like GCash or Seedbox, making it easier for you to reach new investors who might have never considered investing before. How do you find it? What are the ways that you think you can still, expand that horizon when it comes to platforms?
Yeah, I mean, we're awareness, I think, is number one, right? Raising the awareness. I think one of the reasons why maybe the take-up has been a little bit slow is because the Philippine stock market hasn't done much. So sometimes you also need the markets to be in your favor for these things to catch on. Have a bit of FOMO, right? If the market starts moving, people get FOMO, say, yeah, bili, bili, bili. When the market's not moving, wala excitement. But I think our market has had a bit of a wild ride in the last year. But last year, we were at 7,600 already, and now we're building up again. So I think we're primed for a nice move, and if we're primed, then that's going to raise the awareness for people wanting to participate, and I think that's important.
So far, that's very insightful, Sir Philip, but we're just warming up. Follow the Money returns after a short break.
Mikey Oreta. Business 360. 10 a.m. on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
You're still watching Follow the Money. Still with us is Frederick Hagedorn of ATRAM Trust Corporation to talk smart investing for everyday Filipinos. All right, sir, so to continue, let's go to funds and its performance. So, sir, what have been ATRAM's top performing funds so far this year over the last 3 years?
Okay, so let me qualify, because we have over 50 funds that we're managing today. So, and not all of those funds are available in some of the platforms we're talking about. So I want to focus on those that are actually available to everyone watching today. And like I said, within 24 hours, you can be buying these funds. No? So the top performer over the last 3 years, actually 5 years, it's actually the top performer for the last 5 and 3 years is the Global Financials. That is a fund managed by BlackRock. It's the ATRAM Global Financial Feeder Fund. And it invests in primarily financial companies and banks. No? A lot of U.S. banks like Citi, Wells Fargo, these type of banks. No? Goldman Sachs is part of it. Charles Schwab is part of the investment. And maybe financials interesting because since COVID, the financials are the first group of companies that need to survive, right? Because COVID hit everyone, all countries, and if the banks aren't in good place, hard for the countries to move forward. So that's maybe one of the reasons why financials has done so well. It's returned 131% in 3 years.
Oh wow, nice.
So,
followed by the Global Financial Fund. What would be the next?
Well, the next would be Global Tech.
Okay.
So Global Tech, I think, is up, if I'm not mistaken, something like 87% over the last 3 years. And Global Tech is a tech fund managed again by one of our global partners. And it's invested in technology companies, everything from the infrastructure of technology to the platforms to the gadget makers, etc. And also, it's a wide range of technology that it's invested in. It's an actively managed fund, so the fund manager is always changing what he holds there. And over the last 3 years, it's been the second best performing fund.
Do you see that outperform global financial eventually?
Well, over the long run, I think tech is, if you were to put me on a cross and say, you pick one or the other.
Yeah, I was about to ask you
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I think I would go with tech because tech touches everyone. It even touches the financials, right? Whether it's AI driven. So tech would be like, you want to stick with tech long term. It's been volatile because, tech stocks have been up and down lately, especially after the fantastic run it's had. But long term, I still think, you want to have investment in tech.
It's a future-proof fund.
I wouldn't, there's no guarantees.
Yeah,
but,
no guarantee, but it's something that that in the future that will be needed.
The nice thing about it is active management. The managers are always trying to pick the latest, the newest, the fastest growing companies. And as long as you have that in a manager, then you should be all right,
In your tech fund, Sir Philip, how much percentage does that fund allocate to like AI-related companies?
Well, it depends because, the number one stock in the fund is TSMI, Taiwan Semicon, and they are a producer of chips for AI.
Yeah.
So there's a connection. We are launching an AI fund. So we're launching a tech fund that's really AI focused, wherein AI either as a platform, as an enabler, so that's coming soon. It's not ready to be launched, but
is it going to happen this year?
oh yeah, it's going to happen this year, and
Is it going to be available in the e-wallets?
that's the plan.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Oh, that's
And
exciting.
not yet. Today the tech fund is, but the AI fund is not, and it'll be there soon.
Okay. So will you inform us once it's going to be launched?
100%.
So if you're
We
looking
can
for
come back here and talk all
I
about
will.
it.
I will ask you to come back here for that. For someone looking to dip their toes into investing, which fund would you recommend to start right now? I know these are all what you mentioned to me is top performer. But if someone's going to start, where do you want them to?
Yeah. So I would look at first two things, right? The ability to invest globally and in the Philippines. So do not forget the Philippines. Home court advantage pa yan, okay? And now's the time to invest in the Philippines. So look at stock funds that are invested in the Philippines, whether index, we have a few, but the best performing for us on the platform is our Sustainable Development and Growth Fund. That's a sustainable fund. It invests in the most sustainable Philippine companies. And it's actually outperformed the PSEI by 10% over the last 3 years.
So can you mention some of the stocks that are in this?
Yeah, so we
sustainable
have,
fund?
as banks, we have stocks, because banks are quite sustainable.
Yeah,
so we
they're
have
resilient.
BDO in there, Security Bank, Union Bank. We have companies like Converge, ICTSI, Manila Water.
Oh, ICTSI performed
on
really well.
On the infrastructure side. On the food side, we have URC and Century Pacific is there. So it's a whole slew of different companies. Not all of them are index companies. Some of them are non-index companies. But the track record, we launched this fund in 2021, February 2021, February 17, 2021. And it's actually returned 22% since inception for the Y share class. And the market is actually flat, zero. So you can make money on Philippine stocks. We have another mutual fund that's really the best performing, but it's not available in the platform. So
What is it,
this
sir?
is the Alpha Opportunity Fund.
Can you tell us
It's
more
a mutual
about
fund invested in small mid caps. That fund has been the best performing
it?
Philippine
Second
fund.
liners?
Yeah, none. Oh, well, there are some non-index in there, but they have to be below 150 billion in market cap. And it's really, it's up 27% this year alone.
Wow, nice.
So, there are opportunities to make money in the Philippines. So I say, don't forget the Philippines, number one. Invest in some Philippine funds, balance funds. Make sure you have some stocks in there because I think they're going to move. And then on the global side, I think tech is a key. So the tech fund, you'll invest in TSMI, Microsoft, Apple, Ericsson, Samsung. Those are the
NVIDIA.
companies in there. The second fund that I really like is the consumer fund.
Okay.
So our global consumer fund, that's up like 24% this year. And that's invested in names that we all use. Netflix, Facebook. These are consumer companies. Amazon. So you might as well invest in a company that ginagamit mo yung Netflix. Mag-invest ka na rin
Instead
dyan,
na subscriber ka lang.
Diba? Not just subscriber, shareholder pa rin,
Yeah,
diba?
exactly.
So I think those are at least more fun. If you own the banks, maybe for us young folks, well, Bank of America, not so
Yeah.
exciting. But Netflix, Amazon, these type of companies, exciting to own, diba?
Yeah, agree. So, sir, markets go through cycles. In your opinion, which of ATRAM's funds has proven to be resilient, and what you'd hold during market storms?
So our most popular fund is a global multi-asset income fund. So that's a fund that's invested across the world in stocks and bonds, and tries to deliver an income of about 6% every year. Again, it's not a fund that's available in all the platforms, but if you go to our website, you can get information to where you can buy that fund. Multi-asset investing is the way to go. It's like, should be your core, right? You should start off with a multi-asset fund, a fund that has a little bit of everything, and from there you can build around it. That's kind of the way you should build a portfolio, no? So, that's a fund that I think people should have a look at as well.
All right. So after that, sir, we want to go with our rapid fire question. This is
No.
this is
Okay.
you don't have to explain it. Just at the top
answer.
of your just answer. All right. So no thinking. Just answer whatever comes first. Okay. Stocks or bonds?
Stocks,
Local or global?
local,
Coffee or tea?
coffee,
Peso or dollar?
peso,
For AI, overhyped or the future?
the future,
Your personal investing style, aggressive or conservative?
aggressive.
One Filipino dish you'd serve foreign investors visiting ATRAM.
Sisig.
Like somehow that was on my mind. One word that
Maybe I want
describes
it now. Gusto na yan.
one word that describes ATRAM's purpose.
Wow. That's a tough one. One word. You got me. You got me here.
Like something about like your vision for the people.
Prosperity.
Okay, so sir, this is a traditional question that we ask to our guests. Money is the root of all blank.
Friendships.
All right. So, Sir Philip, if there's one big message you'd like Filipinos to take away from this conversation about investing, especially when it comes to looking beyond local borders, what would it be?
Well, the main message we want to send out is you can do it now. Wala na excuse na malayo yung bank, malayo yung branch. Basta may telepono ka, may e-wallet ka, you can invest, right? And what we want to hear is from folks. So give us feedback that way, whether it's in the socials, we're all in every single social you can imagine.
Do you have TikTok,
we're there. Not me, but ATRAM. But I think there's where we can give you feedback, give you advice, and get you on the journey. Start, try it. Just get in there. This is a good time. The world is in maybe not the greatest place, but things are clearing up. I think it's a lot, for me at least, the opportunity is a little clearer than it was maybe a few months ago.
Thank you, Sir Philip Hagedorn of ATRAM, for sharing how Filipinos can invest smarter locally and globally. In this increasing complex global market, it is worth reflecting on a powerful insight from a tech leader shaping the future. Google's CEO, Sundar Pichai, he said that the future of AI is not about replacing humans, it's about augmenting human capabilities. And that's it for today's edition of Follow the Money. I'm China Barachina. Thanks for watching, and keep it here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.